All right, so again, as we start this still life, and I'm going to do a quick placement sketch of both of these, and hopefully that'll give you a little idea of how to start yours. But as I said before, I'm going to start with this art one, and I'm going to pick the largest, most central object. So any ideas what that would be? This one? Yes, KJ.
The tape.
Tape, I would say so too. It's maybe not quite in the center, but I definitely think it's the largest, and it's like boom, right in the center. So I'm going to start with that. And again, your eyes should be on the screen. So the second tip that I had before was to do a very quick sketch. So I'm going to break these down into very simple shapes. We're talking circles, we're talking triangles, we're talking rectangles. And I want to do this quick. Quick to me is like 30 seconds to a minute. All right? So with this tape, I'm going to say, okay, I've got a definite circle that's about this big. I might be a little high, but we'll start with that. The next thing that's kind of big is this bottle of ink. So I'm going to start with a circle for the top part. I'm going to keep it really square for that. And then again, I've got another square. Again, this is all going to be, we'll start with a triangle right now. All right, it's all going to be very shape-based. Then we have this tool. It's actually called a clay tool. All right, and so it's about like this. Notice I tried to get a little bit smaller as I went back. And then I've got the sharpener. Well, the sharpener is square, but it's in perspective a little bit. So I'm going to do this. All right, so looking at this, did I get everything on the paper? Did I get it close to the right size? All right, now it's on the paper, it's the right size. I do think I could use a little less room over here, but we'll see if that adjusts. So that was my quick sketch. If I wasn't talking, it probably would have gone faster. Now I'm going to come in and say, okay, now I need to change things and make them look a little more accurate. For example, that's not pointed. It actually is more of an oval. This is also an oval on the top here, and this is going to round also. So now's the time to put the details in. For the roll of tape, I'm going to see the inside part right here, and then I'm going to see the outside part of the tape coming around to make it look a little more 3D. And then for this little tool here, I'm going to come back and say, okay, well, that's a little more pointed and skinnier, whereas this one is maybe not quite as wide. I also don't think this is quite as large as what I had it before. And it rounds on the end, so it's more like this. All right, so you see what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of talking to myself. You guys don't have to talk out loud. That would be kind of annoying. But I'm going to start saying, okay, now what can I do to make this even look a little more accurate to what it's supposed to be? And so that is what you do when you work on a placement sketch. And today, that's all we're doing, are placement sketches. So that's the art one. So now we look at the tool one. What is the largest, most central object there? Nelson? Hammer? Would you guys agree? Okay, I think the wrench is like the wrench and the hammer are kind of tied there. So, but we'll start with the hammer. So again, if we break this down into simple shapes, I'm going to do the hammer kind of like this for now. And I know we've got the ends on it right here, and then I'm going to go with a rectangle shape for this. It looks like yeah, it looks like an axe, yeah. So for the wrench, well, the wrench actually, part of it's right here, and it's kind of round shaped on here. So I'm going to start with that. And again, this is our very quick sketch. So we'll do that. I've got the needle nose pliers here. I don't even know what shape to put those in, so I'm just going to do them as a line for now. Looks like a weird X tweezer thing. I've got the bolt right here with another circle right here. And, okay. Placement sketch-wise. It was quick. I got basic shapes. Everything fits on, right? Okay. I think we're good to go. Now I can start breaking it down and saying, okay, let's work on the shape of these things and make it look more like a hammer versus an axe. And so again, a 10-minute drawing is going to start with about a 30-second to 1-minute drawing that places everything on. Okay, after you get that done, then you're doing what I'm doing right now, which is saying, okay, how do I make this look more like what it's supposed to be? See how I'm now coming back and adding some of these things to make it look more like a hammer? Okay, that hammer still needs a little bit work. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, this is rounded. It's not straight. I got to fix some things. I got to add the inside area of the wrench and give it a little more of a 3D look. But that is the placement sketch that's just started for the tools. So,